Hello and welcome to Beauty as Past TV. We are honored to have with us today Samir Modi, MD Modi Enterprises. As we know, Modi Enterprises comprises of three amazing brands. We have the Modi Care, Color Bar, and of course the 24/7 retail convenience stores. So welcome, Samir, on Beauty as Past TV. Nice to have you here. Samir, we all are living through very, very unusual times, and every business is being challenged and to really stretch themselves and figure out solutions totally out of the box, which they might have never, kind of imagined. So how have you as a business responded to the COVID challenge?
Well, one that before COVID, did not think work from home was a reality.
Sure.
When people ask me, Mr. Modi, can we work from home? I say, yeah, sure. As long as the home is my office, you're more than welcome to work from home.
Sure.
But I think one of the things that has taught all of us and taught me that working from home is as productive or maybe more productive than working from office.
Sure.
And how to get used to the world of the internet, whether Zoom meetings or Microsoft Teams. And I think that so far it's been good. I mean, I think it's kept me busy. There's no travel time and helped me to be more productive.
Fantastic. So, how, Color Bar, you've been growing with and I think you were looking at a 500 crore turnover very soon in the early 2020. Or now how has that kind of changed as a target? And you have a presence of, I'm not sure exactly what number your stores are right now, but you have been retailing across the country through these premium stores who you have also rebranded and relaunched the brand, repackaged them, the products. So we understand that the growth had been rapid for Color Bar. How has it been impacted, and what are the changes now you see happening?
Well, firstly, with Color Bar been the maximum impacted within the group.
Yes.
Especially because we are a brand that is totally retail focused. Yes. We had 1,178 shop-in-shops and 101 company stores.
Sure.
And all of a sudden, everything came to a standstill. There was no retail, there were no company stores, and internet formed 10-15% of our business, but still it's 15% of the larger pie. And in the starting of COVID, also courier services are all stopped.
Yes.
I think it's highly impacted, and we've had to rethink our strategy. We have to rethink how to approach retail, how to approach safety, how to approach health, how to look at the customer into contactless makeovers.
Yeah.
So we have actually basically remodeled the entire business.
Yes.
And I hope that the economy picks up and people start buying.
Right. So how do you think then the retail space is going to change? And makeup and skincare, you have had very little skincare, but although you were on your way to introduce a larger line, what's happening on that front? Do you see more stuff being added to your skincare repertoire?
I think that in skincare, we have 10% of our business comes from skincare.
Yes.
And we recently launched a men's line, which is again about 3% of our business.
Sure.
And we were developing and looking at introducing many more lines in the coming year and a half.
Right.
And with the COVID coming on our faces and our lives, I think we have preponed some of our skincare lines because they're all very high performance. They look at hygiene, they look at health, they look at safety, they look at pollution, right. They look at UV light, what you call blue light from computers. So the lines are very good. They've all been developed in Switzerland and Italy.
Sure.
And we are going to be putting a lot more focus on skincare and extremely high focus on eyes.
Okay. By eyes, you mean eye makeup or?
Eye makeup. We are set to launch our eyelashes, We're coming out with more palettes because the eyes are going to be the new lips.
Right.
So it's very important for a woman, for her eyes to look dramatic and for her to speak from the eyes, although lipsticks will not go away. But I think eyes will be a bigger focus than before.
Sure. Also, your brand is highly, import, based, and you have. Are you also planning to manufacture in India more, Ram?
You see, my philosophy is being to get the best
Yes.
from the world, no matter where it is. So some products we do make in India because the foreign technologies here or the foreign companies are making in India, for example, a nail polish. It all comes from India. But I don't think in the short run we are going to shift any of our manufacturing to India.
Okay.
We're going to continue making it in Germany, in France, in Italy, in Switzerland. Some products are coming from Korea, some products are coming from the USA. So basically, we are saying that whatever the prestige brands make, they will give the same product, exactly the same product, same quality, same performance, and same manufacturer.
Right.
I don't think that's going to change. We're lucky that we don't get anything from China.
Right.
We don't have any Chinese products, so that way we are very well suited from the Indian or the world sentiments, if there are any, that they don't want to deal with China.
Yes.
So we are very well protected from that point of view.
Sure.
All the product is coming from either Europe or America or Korea. So I think that we will continue with that.
Okay. And Sameer, the naturals market is going to be very big in the coming times, and even natural color cosmetics, which is a very small percentage right now, but it's the growth rate is projected at 1,000% by recent client research. And do you see yourself, introducing natural color cosmetics at any point?
I don't know whether we'll go to natural color cosmetics.
Sure.
But we are definitely more and more skewed towards safe or clean beauty.
Right.
We conform to PETA, we conform to a lot of the FDA, US FDA, Japan FDA, UK FDA, European FDA. We conform to those standards.
Yeah.
And we are going more and more towards vegan and more towards clean beauty. Because that I feel is we are able to do. And natural, what you call like natural minerals to be used is far more difficult, but safe minerals is very, very easy, sulfite free. So I think that we are right now about 75% is already vegan.
Okay.
And more we are completely safe as the product quality is concerned, performance concerned, we're totally safe.
Sure.
So our focus is completely on clean beauty.
Right. Greenwashing is also a trend now in the growing trend, actually. Okay, so with Modicare, direct sales would have been also majorly hit by the pandemic, and it's more of a apart from being a vertical, it's also a lot to do with social development for you guys, as far as I can make out. The lacks of sales partners you have across the country. How's that been impacted? What's happening within Modicare? What are the products that you are going to modify or add post?
Actually, Modicare has been on a very good wicket.
Sure.
The growth percentage or trajectory for Modicare is almost 100%.
Okay.
And we have in the last 4 years have grown to 1,500%.
Sure.
And there was a dip of 5%.
Sure.
In COVID times, and we're back this month pre-COVID.
Really?
And so the Modicare business is actually very little dent because it's also a home-based business.
Yes.
And it's based on entrepreneurs who are very astute on how to do business. So they've been doing meetings. For example, we are doing about 150 seminars a day, and our consultants are doing 2,000 seminars a day. And if you look at the numbers today, we are recruiting or joining in our business 10,000 consultants every day. So Modicare business is completely unaffected. It's growing rapidly, and I think that this year is going to be better than the year gone by.
Sure.
So
can you just give me a quick, catching up of what does Modi Care product business look like right now?
So we've got home care, home cleaning products. We've got body care. We've got dental care. We've got nutraceuticals. We've got cosmetics. We've got skin care. We've got hair care. And we've got face products.
Sure.
And I think the hygiene products is what we have. So Modi Care, feminine hygiene. So Modi Care is virtually, and costume jewelry. So Modi Care has just about every product that is out there. And our goal is to give every product from morning till night. So you use bed sheets, we'll give you bed sheets. You use towels, we give you towels. You drink a Coke, we give you a Coke alternative. So the Modi Care business is basically, the repertoire is based on needs of the consumer. We have ghee, we have rice bran oil, which is growing rapidly. We have coconut oil for cooking. So the product range is becoming extensive. For example, just in June and July, we're launching about 40 new products. So the whole idea is
yeah, and are these being manufactured in India, all of them?
Modi Care is 90% manufactured in India.
Sure.
The skincare and color cosmetics again comes from Switzerland, Germany, Italy, and Korea and Taiwan. But most other products are made in India. Some of them are formulated in Spain and in France with actives coming from there, but produced in India. So Modi Care, basically, our consultants are made in India.
Right. Fantastic. So with the 24/7 format, we've realized during this crisis that the neighborhood convenience stores are the most reliable. End of the day, the Amazons and even though the essentials were the only thing that had to be delivered, but most of the online formats have actually, kind of, because of whatever the issues were of the lockdown, they kind of failed where the mom and pop stores continued to deliver, day on, day out, not day. So what is your experience of 24/7 and what are the insights from this crisis and for you?
Well, 24/7 had a little bit of luck, I would say, or what you call God's vision for us.
Sure.
Because last year we started shifting to Kirana merchandise.
Okay.
So when we started shifting our product mix from August last year, and therefore we had about 2,500 Kirana store merchandise, whatever the Kiranas used.
Sure.
And from that point of view, what happened is when the COVID hit, we had the right items available for us.
Okay.
So, but what was troublesome is opening the stores.
Right.
Because out of 1,286 associates that run my stores, we had only 300 people coming in.
Okay.
So we were strapped to open stores, and but nevertheless, we are now today with half the strength, running 88 stores instead of 107 stores.
Okay.
And out of which 46 stores are 24 hours.
Sure.
The consumer experience has been very good. They feel very comfortable. The hygiene standards are very, very high. We are very, very big in sanitization, in protection of our consumers. We were one of the first chains out there that did the floor marking according to social distancing.
Right.
So before other people started doing, all our stores have already converted to the social distancing by making circles around the cash register all the way down to the staircase. So that's been a Modi Care, 24/7 has been a boon. It's been a boon for me as well, because you are able to find whatever you needed. The big challenge was keeping the crowd, because initially we could only open from 9 to 7.
Okay.
If you went to a 24/7 at 6:30, there's a kilometer-long line because you can only let in 4 people. So, but now it's stabilizing. I think that people know that if this neighborhood 24/7 is a store to trust. So
right.
we are very happy. We are very happy at God's blessings on that.
Fantastic. So, this is your business, and then there is the ecosystem of the industry. So, if you look at the cosmetic industry in India, and then the global. What do you feel, and what do you feel is missing? What needs to be done to, kind of, what should the government do, and what should the various players, how could they make it bigger or more prestigious? Because worldwide, when we go to a Cosmoprof, and for years, Cosmoprof is 50 plus years, and we still don't find an Indian pavilion. We don't find the Indian brands, pride of the nation kind of situation.
I don't think that's going to change in the short run to it all. Simply because these players which are coming in from Italy, Germany, France, the US, their R&D budgets are so high,
right,
that none of the Indian companies can even think of competing. I mean, the larger players like Intercos, Reggie, Chromavis, all these guys are spending in millions of dollars every year in developing product, and their R&D capabilities are stupendously amazing. So I don't think that will change. But to make it bigger, I would say if there was government created safer zones in terms of tax benefits and soft benefits as well, that these players would love to open the establishments in India, and that would help. That would help really to open up the market.
So wellness is going to be the next big thing. Do you have any plans in that area?
Not for Colorbar. We definitely in Modicare are very strong in wellness.
Sure.
About 30% of our business comes from wellness, and again, it's growing rapidly. In Colorbar, we are looking at again safety products. So, for example, hand sanitization, body cleansing, face masks. This is what we're going in that direction for Colorbar, and Modicare is going to wellness by nutraceuticals. So Colorbar will only go. It's limited. To face and body care.
Sure.
Which was not something that we were looking pre-COVID. It's something that we have actually thought about during these COVID times.
Right. Makeup as a category is being hit majorly for everybody, and but there is a new trend, with the omni-channel guys of creating brands online, and which is much more cost effective for most people. So the challenges of the indie brands, are really growing. How do you look at tackling that?
I think that one of the things that we are investing heavily is in technology.
Sure.
Virtual reality, artificial intelligence. So that investment is what we feel is going to help us. Social media is something that we had decided last year that we're going to put all our efforts on social media rather than print or television.
Yes.
And, so we are anyway. I was very gung ho about the internet, but now it's become even more important, and that's why we're putting our money in chatbots, on algorithms to answer questions of customers, and also create an online experience. So whatever you can do online, we are hoping that we can do it offline, and vice versa. And for example, we're now developing a virtual reality app. So you can go into a store and try the makeup on without actually trying the makeup on.
Sure.
And you can point your phone onto our products and give you all the write-ups and videos about those products as well. So that's what we're going towards. And I think that we hope that customers will come in to experience the O2O. But I'm very bullish on this.
Sure. Sameer, on your personal front, you have always you kind of focused on your personal health, your fitness regime. We would like to hear more about it, and because especially in these times, everybody is talking about eating right, exercising, and running. What is it that you think to build your immunity? What are these things? What are the things that you have done, and what you advise people who?
Well, I have not exercised too much, but I've definitely been eating healthy. I've been cooking myself, so I used to cook, extended the repertoire of my cuisines, and again worked on staying safe. I have worked on really enhancing my skills. I want to do paint For many years, I started my painting, my artworks. Uh, so in these times, I indulge people to start living and doing things they never did or thought they will do. So more than just health. A lot of people have lost weight. A lot of people are going to the gym. That's great, but at the same time, life carries on, and many things we postpone in our lives, saying "kal karenge," and "kal" never happens, and saying "time nahi tha." For example, I've been developing this art. It's a 48-panel multimedia artwork for the last 4 years, and it hadn't moved forward. At least during this time, I'm now 70% complete. So it's been and what I say, recommend to people is live your passion. More than just wellness. It's truly live your passion. Do online courses, whatever you want, your heart desires that you never found the time to. And this is the right time. Even now, I think that even though lockdown is open, I have, for example, closed down my office, and we are working as the lockdown is still there, because the safety of my people is more important than the business.
Sure. So moving forward, do you think stay at home is going to be the norm, or would you remain with your idea of make my office your home?
I think make my office your home has gone down the drain very quickly. But I think the new norm is going to be the hybrid. Work from home and office, social distancing, safety at the office place, sanitization, keeping distance between workstations, face masks. So I think the norm is going to be changing, and the rule of the game have changed.
Right.
And I think it will be 50-50 working from home and office. As long as people deliver, it doesn't matter where they are, whether they are in office or at home. In fact, working from home is cheaper for the company, because utility cost goes down, and wear and tear goes down, and employees are able to save a little bit more money. But where the money goes is like things like I've got a face mask on every car, every desk, every room of mine, in case I forget something somewhere. But inshallah, I am safe, and my family is safe, and the employees that work for me are safe and healthy.
Sure. You had also started a makeup education vertical.
Right.
How's that going, and are you putting it online?
So we've been doing a lot of online programs. We have Colorbar Makeup Academy. We have a physical location in Delhi.
Oh, yeah.
And we're finding a lot of traction in that we're doing daily courses, short courses, 1 hour courses, 3 hour courses. So that's found a lot of traction now during COVID times.
Sure.
Because women have nothing to do, so they were using their enhancing the skills at home.
Yeah.
For example, my daughter and I talked to on the phone. She was living in the US, studying in the US, and I said, "Where are you going? You're all decked up, all made up. It's like you're going to a party." She said, "Dad, I want to feel good."
Yeah, right.
And therefore, to feel good, I need to dress up. She said, "I dress up every morning as though I'm going out, even though I'm sitting on my sofa or my bed." So I think that's a new trend. That's going to be a new trend.
Yeah. So I don't want to leave this opportunity without asking you. I mean, you're a great art connoisseur and you read a lot. So tell me about your favorite artists. Who are they? The new ones and the old ones, and your favorite books.
So I don't buy masters. Mm-hmm. A lot of my listing of new artists or artists that are becoming masters.
Right.
One of my most favorite is Binoy Verghese. I love his work. Vale Shende, I love his work. So those are the two. Dibanjan Roy, the third artist, who I follow and buy a lot from. My wife got tired to say, how many Vale Shendes and Binoys will you have? Prajwal Chaudhary, again, one of the artists that I love. So for me, it's just collecting art. Because I don't buy art to sell, but I buy art to feel happy. So whatever money I'm saving goes in buying art. And it doesn't matter which countries, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and India, the three places that I invest on. Those are very, very, very important in terms of books to read. I don't read too much books, but I do a lot of internet research.
Sure.
Harvard Business Review is I follow that extensively. One of my favorite books is Good to Great, and The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. Those are my two favorite books, but I do a lot of research on the net, in articles, in websites, in new technology, Kickstarter. I mean, for me, Indiegogo, for me, that's where I spend my time. I spend close to 4 or 5 hours a day on the net.
So, what is your mantra for? You have mentioned it already, but I would like you to reiterate. What's your mantra for living a full, complete, happy life?
I live up with two concepts is what I lead my life in.
Yeah.
First one is Soch Badlo, Khud ko badlo, Dunya badlo. This is my slogan that I live my entire life on.
Yeah.
And second one is a concept in our workplace called Samirness, which is based on a Greek word called Meraki, which means that whatever you do with love, creativity, and little bit of yourself. Sure. So the mantra is that. These are the two, Meraki and Soch Badlo are my two mantras that have actually changed my life, transformed what I think about how I lead my life. And I think it's changed my organization as well, because my people truly believe in the Samirness concept and the Soch Badlo concept. And the growth that is happening in our businesses, both from a personal front of the employees and from a professional front of the employees, is just happening because of this. I mean, I do a town hall every week, every Monday, and we got close to 970 people logging on for a 1-hour town hall. And that's all due to this concept.
Sure. Fantastic. Thank you for talking to us, Samir Modi. And we wish you all the good luck for the lockdown being. After the lockdown, you open up, you stay safe, and do fantastically well and keep us inspired. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for hearing me talk. It's been a total pleasure. And I hope that one is able to make a difference in this world.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.